Welcome to Board Game Empire. We're going to be showing you an overview and review of the tree-lined avenue. Basically, you are choosing trees and placing them in the park in a 6x6 grid. In a 2-player game, you have 3 gardeners. In a 3 to 4-player game, you only have 2 gardeners. So you're going to be strategically placing your gardeners and attracting animals, hopefully the ones that you need to complete your project cards. The project cards have the points on the bottom. So if you have a gardener with 2 foxes, you would get those points at the end of the game. Some of them have areas. So in this one, if you have a gardener with 1 duck animal on the same tile as him, and you have a pond in the terrain. A pond. Those terrains are limited. The ponds, or facility types, what they're called, pond, pavilions, and plazas. There's only there's only 2, I think, of each one. So you have to be very strategic on. That's a very competitive card to get. Those are hard to complete. The main thing is you have to have whatever animals it has. If it has 1 animal, you only need 1 of that type with your gardener. But if it has 2, it has to be on the same tile as the gardener. It has to be 2 of those animals. So basically you're going to, and those are called area cards. You're just going to be going in turn order. Turn order is random. In a 2-player game, you will be playing twice, so you'll be playing the white and the black tokens. 1 person's white, 1 person's black, and you would put 1, 2, 3, and 4, and then you just shuffle them, and at the first round, you would randomly place them, and then after that point, once you take a card, that determines the turn order for the next round. And you're just going to be, once all these cards are taken, you would just deal out 4 more, put the players wherever they ended up, switch this, you would refill these, and then when we'd work off those and just do the same thing where we're just going in turn order. I didn't do it in turn order there. Sometimes you'll get 2 turns in a row based on where you end up on the turn order. So you just need to decide, is that card I'm getting worth going in last place next turn, or do I want to go first place and maybe get a card that's not as good?
Also, when you do that, you also have to make sure it's in numerical order.
Oh yeah, you put them in lowest to highest. You rearrange them. Also, at the bottom of these cards, there's 4 different special actions. Not many of those have the special actions, but that one that he just showed you, you get to take any number of the area cards from the round 2 and shuffle them. You can then draw the same number and put them back. Then there's, which one are you showing them?
Oh, this one. And then there's, what's the other one you're showing? This one?
That one you get to take an additional project card. At the beginning of the game, these project cards, you start with 2. If you have one with that on it, you get an additional one, so it gives you an additional chance to gain more points at the end of the game. Which one are you showing them? That one is you can trade, take any 1 animal in the grid that doesn't belong to a gardener and place it on the area card with your gardener. And then the last one is where you can make one of your gardeners already in a park. You can move it to another area that does not have a gardener on it. Only 1 gardener can be on each area card. So when you are placing your gardeners, you can't do it on the first round, but second round on, you would say you want to put it here. Then any unowned animals in that row or column are up for grabs that you can gravitate to your area tile. So these, say there's no gardener on it, say someone moved. These are also available because there's no gardener there. So you could choose from this one, this one, this one, or this one, or this one because it's not owned either. You can only take 2 animals. Even if there's already an animal on your tile that you claimed, you still get 2 more animals. So it gives you more chances to complete these project cards.
So that's why sometimes you want to do is wait So the cards already have animals, and then you could eventually just put your gardener on there and you gravitate some of the animals towards your gardener.
Because there's not very many opportunities once your gardeners are down to move them. I mean, there's not many that have that special action. See, one.
I think it's 2 per each in the action.
Yeah, I only see 2. So pretty much once you place your gardener, he's pretty much there. There's not much moving around of stuff once it's there. So it's kind of a, do you wait or do you go ahead and go for it in the beginning? So that just continues with that. The game ends when the entire 6x6 grid is finished, or when all the cards are used, you're done. Then you do the scoring. The first thing you score, it's called the avenue points, and that's for the trees in your column or row that's in the line with your gardener. So here, let's pick these. So this one has 3 cards with the pink tree, so that would be 3 cards. If there happened to be a tree, where's that one with the big one? Say this one was here. This one counts as 2 points because it's got that big tree in the middle. So it'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, plus an additional 1. So that would be 5 points for this gardener and this gardener, actually, if it's in a row. Or if this one might be better, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one's wild. You see it's got all 4. So that would be 4 points. So this would be the better points for the tree avenue. So that would be, for 5 cards, it's a great tree-lined avenue. So first you count that, then you look at your project cards. So say I had this one that wanted 2 foxes. So I would get 11 points if I was this gardener, because I have those 2 foxes there. Is there a pond? No, there's pavilions. There's these little pavilions. So you basically just look at your project cards, see if your gardener either has the facility in its row or column, or the animals required to be on the same area card as it. And you can keep track of your points with it has a player A card on the back of it. You can put one of your round tracker or your turn order tokens to keep up with your points. And that's basically it. It is a very easy game to learn. The rules are basically, I do better with videos, so I just watched the video and then refreshed myself. I always set it up first, and then if there's a video, awesome, I watch the video, and I also read the rules just to make sure I'm fully understanding it. But for me, watching a video first helps me to visualize it more when I'm reading through those rules, because I always double check before I play the game just to make sure. But pretty straightforward game. So what do you think?
As far as aesthetic, I mean, it is eye-catching, pleasing. It's very abstract. I think it's mostly like, I guess, forests and gardens and stuff like that. I think the mechanics wise, I think that it's very limited. The cards that have powers and abilities, really, they're far and few between, 2 per each one. And some of them really don't, they're underwhelming. I think they could probably do more things. There's very little player interaction, no take that really. And then there's also just very luck-based and turn order, I think. But I mean, that's part of the strategy, but it's also, the cards get random on there. So for me, everything combined, with the limitation of player abilities and mechanics and player interaction, I'm giving this a 5 out of 10. I think that it needs more player actions and better ones. I think that there needs to be more revamped. The grid square and the point thing, I think could work if they put more interactions and more player card abilities and everything. For now, it's very limited, and it was just a little underwhelming. I wanted more, but it's not there. So 5 out of 10 for me. What do you think?
I agree. I felt like once your gardeners are there, they're there. Like
Yeah.
it's very unlikely you're going to get that card that you need to move your gardener. It's just to me there's just not enough going on. It's kind of like mechanical action. Take a card, place it. Take a card, place it. Sure, you're trying to complete project cards and you're trying to complete rows with the most alike trees, but it's not. To me, it just wasn't exciting at all. I was kind of bored most of the game. So this would not be a game we will keep in our collection. That we have so many games we have to get rid of. A lot of games.
Yeah,
this would be a game we would give to someone that we think would enjoy the game.
Yeah, we've seen better games that pretty much, have similar mechanics that are. It just has more player interaction, different things you could do. This one's very limited by, hold your hand behind your back where you can't really do much once you put the gardener. And so it's like, it's hard to do anything in the game beyond what you already, done. And so,
there should be more ways that you could
manipulate.
Maybe give you little tokens like for free moves. Like where you could move area cards around. That would make it better. Like if you had like 3 free actions or something beyond these special abilities on the card. Something to where it gives you a little bit more strategic ability to maneuver things around to your favor. Because, it was, for me, it was pretty lackluster. I would generously give it a 5. But honestly, it's not a game I would want to play again or keep in our collection. So it's not a bad game. It's just we are spoiled and we play a lot of games.
Yeah.
So
because we're comparing this with a lot of the other games that we played that have similar mechanics. The theme are better incorporated into the mechanics. This one, the mechanics don't flow very well with the theme. That's why we're giving it 5 out of 10, because we've played a lot of games, and this one, in comparison to what we played, it's just a little underwhelming. It could be better improved, but it has to have a lot of things added and streamlined. And so it was just for what we play now, the current version. That's why we're giving it 5 out of 10.
So hopefully, again, it's not a bad game. It's just not for us, but. Hopefully this helped you to decide whether this might be a game you would like in your collection. Everyone has different tastes in games, different mechanics they enjoy. So feel free to leave a comment. Please give this video a like if you liked it. We hope you're already subscribed. If not, please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you next time.